everybody. We're live. And we're having our morning coffee. Got the truck loaded, ready to go. And we'll wait for some people to come in here. Calm before the storm. Literally. Look how cloudy it's getting. Yeah. Got like a little bug bite right there. Oh, let's see here. Got our morning coffee. Peterbilt, James' best favorite truck. And we are going to work today. It's about time, Steve. God, it's about time to get to work. Jeez. About time. Oh, we'll do some shout outs, and I got a couple of things on my mind. We got Eric Jose, Bob G, Moon C, Charles Brandt, overtaxed in Minnesota, Jason Breslin, Nothing Witty, Eric Quero, BB Trucking, Truck for Life. Eric Quero, you were first, definitely. I said your name twice. That's the privilege you get. I watched, let's knock my coffee over. I watched the Instinct video this morning. I watched the beginning. I didn't watch it all the way through, but this trucker had his broker with him, hanging out, drinking beer. I thought that was pretty cool. Because, you need to have those kind of relationships with the broker, especially in times like these. Because not only is it important to develop those relationships, but it's important to see the other side of the industry. One of the best things that my dispatcher did when I was a company driver is he brought me behind, on his side of the desk. And he showed me what he looks at, and he showed me all the trucks that were underneath him, and he showed me like basically what it takes to book a load or to put me on a load, to dispatch me. And there was a lot of like questions that were answered at that time, and I think it's real important to see the other side of the desk. Because it's hard to get a perspective. Now, one of the things that guy said in Big Face Truckers video was, he said that his volume was at 27%. There's the low rates right there. Because they're going to hold on to every penny. And he said something else that was kind of important. It's like your negotiation skills are out the window. And you can sit there and say it was biased. Of course he's going to tell you that, blah, 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 blah. But that's been the case. That's kind of what I've run into. You could be the sweetest, awesomest, most, hey, how you doing kind of guy. And you ain't getting them up on the rates because they're in survival mode too. So, but I'll finish listening to the video later. Truck for Life, what's up, Big Houston? You see the truckers in Illinois holding signs, make trucking better. No, I did not see that. Wouldn't we just love to make everything better? One of the things that my dad always told me is he did not want me to become a truck driver. And at the time I didn't understand. I mean, like most fathers want their sons to follow in their footsteps, right? But he wanted me to do better. And I never understood that. He did not embrace me becoming a truck driver. And And now I understand why. Because it wasn't that he thought that I could do better as in society, I guess, however you want to look at it. Is that he knew how we were treated out here on the road. This is back in the late 80s, back when we were knights of the road, which is a bunch of crap, okay? Were times simpler in the 80s, 90s? Yes. Were they so much better? Well, I'll tell you what. I like being able to use Google Maps to find my place. I like being able to pick up the phone inside the truck and call the customer, receiver, or broker. I like the fact that the truck doesn't, you rearrange your insides as you're going down the road. And I like the fact that I can set the cruise and be comfortable and have air ride suspension. You know, there's a lot of aspects of modern trucking that are nice. You can have the modern without forgetting the old school mentality. And that's the part I think everybody misses, is the mentality, the fact that, you know, back in the day, if you were a truck driver, you were raised into it, or you really had a passion for it and wanted to learn all aspects of it. Whereas now it's like, well, I lost my job and I got no other choice, so I'm going to go drive a truck. You know, there's a lot of those people out there too. And if, I mean, face it, guys, if we were rolling, if we were getting money hand over fist, and this was an easy job that anybody could do, you want to talk about bad rates, it'd be oversaturated. I mean, look at the Uber world. Look at the, like, all these delivery services that are popping up now. You know, someone was looking into Instacart for extra money, and their biggest complaint was that if you're one of 50 people in a 4-mile radius that were signed up to do it, you know, competition, right? You know, that's what trucking would be like if it was the most awesomest thing ever. I had some of my contract accounts call me to lower my rates. That is going to happen. We're kind of at a here's my opinion. I'm not a trucking expert, but here's my opinion on things that I'm seeing. Brokers are starting to want to secure trucks so they can get these contracts, okay? And they're wanting to secure a set rate. So there's an uptick of cold calls. The shippers know that spot rates are down, and they, you know, and they're hurting as well. They're not selling as much product. They're not making as much product. They need to cut their costs as well, because most of the people deep embedded in business are not seeing positive things this winter. Okay, and I tend to agree with them. So everybody's starting to make moves to protect themselves for the next 6 months. And so when the rates spike, that's when you need to negotiate these contract rates. That's when you need to go, hey, you know what? You're getting reamed on this. Let's do this. X amount. Keep me loaded, and I'll keep you happy. Coffee, biscuits, and sausage and eggs. Good morning, Steve. Thomas, I had all but the biscuits. I had sausage and eggs. So, Moonfleet, Pale Rider TV, how's it going? Big Houston. Well, I love the 80s too, Thomas. I mean, I wish I could go back in time and be with my dad again in the pasture team. You know, and being that old, you know, Peterbilt 362 cab over, and just, you know, cab over sit a little bit higher than the modern trucks too, so you really see a lot of stuff. Pigtail, what's up? Fuel low and not shipping much due to economy isn't helping. Exactly, Charles. That's the thing. Everybody's hurting, right? And I'm gonna, well, pictures on this phone that I'm talking on, but there was a circle chart and it showed it was off an article about small carriers going out of business. 1/3 of small carriers have called it a day. 1/3. And acted, there was a small percentage, 10% remained the same, and then 1 point. I need to be in that 12% there. That's where I need to find. That's where I need to go. It's 12%, you know, off the spot market, right? Or contract, whatever. You know, maybe the trucking business in general. But for one truck authorities, I wanted to be in that you know, it was one truck authority or lead on with one truck or whatever, which, you know, I don't know how many trucks we're up to at Like Trucking, but we're considered a small carrier, and I want to be in that 12% that's still doing really good. How do I find that? Where do I go? Not company wise, but where do I go find net freight? Because I know it can be done. I know people that are doing it. I know people have been just going like they've always been. You should go on tour with your band, probably make more money than trucking. Yukon. Not if there's no live shows, Yukon. So, but Yukon brings up a very valid point, okay? Let's say you're watching this channel, and you're watching Jeffrey Likes channel, and you're watching Truckers Coaches channel, and you're watching Big Face Trucker, and you're watching Sammy Makes Sense, and you're watching Life is Good, and you're watching all these different channels because you're thinking about becoming an owner-operator. Be very cautious of your next step. I'm in the top 1%. I don't feel like it, Jeff. We're getting back to work, Jeff, by the way. So I thought I'd do this live feed. I only got a 5-hour drive today. It doesn't look like the street has a whole lot of room. So we'll just head to the Petro. And then I gotta be careful how I do my time tomorrow, because I got a load that delivers at 3:30 a.m. Tuesday morning. I thought you were teaming. Teaming with what? Basically what I'm saying is, if you think you're going to become an owner-operator to make more money than a company driver, you might want to reevaluate what your goals are. The boss. Oh, okay, yeah, Jeff. No, she only went with me to West Plains to pick up this load, Jeff. And then, you know, she still has her job for now, knock on wood. And but she has to work. She's working right now, actually. Crazy thing, there is not one person affected by the virus, either majority or minimally. Virus there, Herbaquero. I know people that have gotten sick, and I know people that have had relatives die over it. So it's real. But I think that whether or not you want to be an owner operator, or whether or not you're gonna run for $1.10 a mile or not, you know, I think that throwing it all out the window. I'm looking at the bigger picture, right? But with this reset I've done personally, taking my vacation time during this low point of the rates, I was able to make a few phone calls and lower my cost per mile. And as long as the truck holds up, knock on wood, it'll be all right. So, you know, we made the appropriate phone calls, make the appropriate steps, and that's going to save me about 30 cents a mile on my costs. So, yay. West Plains, you know what you picked up? I don't think you did, Pale Rider. It's not the stuff you burn. It's burnable, but it's not the stuff you burn. That's not where I picked up. Replace that wood, it sounded compromised, LOL. can you tell that? Are you a wood master there, Jeff? That was very smart on your part. Right. You know, and look, Charles Brandt, Bright Piston Coffee on me. Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I feel blessed every time someone does that, because I know it's not easy in these times. Maybe lose my train of thought. Doesn't matter anyway. The solution is not commensurate with the problem. I'm looking at the bigger picture, Yukon. And I have fears for our future. Not trucking, but our country as a nation, you know. We've been blessed in this industry, Charles. Good deal. Big Face Trucker, I was just talking about your video this morning. Or I don't know when you did. I think you did it earlier. When you're hanging out having a beer with your broker. I'm only driving 200 miles today. Pale, are you going to be in Oklahoma? Oh yeah. So I hit a reset because I can only imagine the knee-jerk reaction that I would have made if I had been out in the middle of like Phoenix and I saw 60 cents a mile. You know, that would have been a tough pill to swallow. Wilson has also been pretty good about what he's made this year as his first year as an owner-op, and I appreciate that, Thomas. Thank you very much. I didn't watch the whole video, Jeff, so I didn't get to the corn on the cob part. Swing, Texas, okay. Yukon, I agree. Raised garden that we've got. Talk to our former LTL carrier. They have a dip in February and a 10% increase over March and April from last year. Thank you, Thomas. Here's how I look at it, okay? So, how can you capitalize on what the new normal is going to be? Okay? Delivery services are going to go through the roof. You have Subway, Little Caesars, all these places that didn't used to deliver now deliver. Everything's going to have to be done online. If there is a second wave that they create shutdowns for, time of reset, learn how to, where can you make your savings at, create a stockpile of food and water and sanitation products, and be prepared for the next wave. Be prepared that it might hit the fan and that you might have to literally live in your truck, right? And figure out the people that are connected to freight that always has to move. That was my saving grace in April. In late March and April was hauling the stuff that did not slow down, and actually there was an uptick on water, soda, paper products. The item that I have under this load is actually the first thing that is non-food or grocery related that I've hauled. But it's going to a service in stores that have not been affected by the shutdown. Big Face, when we get back normal, we're going to grow the brokerage. We need to talk to get you and your friend on board. Hell Rider's going to have a goat in his honor, be a stud. So, you know, I'm having really great luck hauling clean recycling. They have been an uptick since it started. You know, Trucker Josh, it's interesting because our recycling place is shut down, we recycle as much as we can, and we've got a whole back porch full of stuff that we can't take to the recycling center yet. But I believe maybe next week it'll be open. So, yeah, clean recycling is a good way to go. Not post-consumer recycling. Don't do that mistake. Yukon. Hey, if that's my accomplishment in my life, to be named after a neutered goat, then so be it. So, just saw your Google review for Flying J Vandalia Ohio off to 75 after leaving my own. Good deal, Alex. This place sucks. Yeah. You can get there at 1 p.m. and you might be able to get one of the reserve spots. That's about the only way that I would. What I do miss is around that exit on 70, around exit 38, there's a Myers. And that Myers has this huge section where they have like enough docks for like 4 or 5 trucks. And that looked like a little truck stop on that side. And that was where I used to spend the night, go in there, buy my groceries or whatever. And Schneider did away with that. I think you can still shop there, you just can't spend the night there. Yep, 10 a.m. had 1 spot, right? 110 parking, 47 free spots over half paid. Snorler, when this gets back to normal, we're going to try and get contract freight in every state we have contractors. That's the goal, Jeff. When that spike happens, that'll be the time to do that. And I've tried to make a couple of connections on my own of people that are in charge of freight in this area. So, there's a lot of opportunity here. So, hopefully, what's up? I heard Roscoe's negotiating for pot pies and cigars per mile for his contract rate. Marie Callender's has dry goods too. It's not just all refrigerated. Need a lot more trailers for contract freight. Not necessarily, Thomas. Another version of contract freight is to find a broker and become a dedicated carrier for them. You tell them, hey, I'll move X amount of loads every time I leave a certain area, and you can find your way back. I know a small carrier that's doing that right now. And I know a couple of small carriers that are doing that right now. And that's another key. Just like there's a lot of power only programs out there, there's a lot of brokers that have steady freight, like certain Coca-Cola plants, bottling places. They have like 10 carriers that they use, or they have like 10 carriers and 2 brokers. You might hook up with a guy from Pepsi. Let's set up a deal. And so you're still using a broker, but you're staying off the low boards. You're staying off the scraps, and that's how it's done at Landstar. Some of the best loads at Landstar are still through agents, but they're not on the low board because they got dedicated carriers to haul that stuff. Yep, that is the way to go, Snow. I'm getting I'm making enough to eat, thank God. There you go. All right, Thomas Wilson, you have a good day. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. That'll definitely help. So, as I said a month ago, it's all about seeing where your weaknesses are, or your weaknesses in your model, and finding out how you can strengthen them. And in the process of taking care of everything around the house and then taking care of stuff in the business, I wanted to really just, I've literally sat in this chair and just kind of just sat and just thought, you know, just thinking. And the point that I made when I went from Landstar to Schneider was that what I created was consistency. Well, now it's a matter of finding that kind of consistency in a volatile market, which is a bigger challenge, but it can be done. I know people that are doing it. You know, there are people that run 75% contract rate, and then they run 25% spot to get out of the area to get back to where their money is. Because you can't find round trip rates really at all. And that's why power only is kind of difficult a lot of times, is because, you know, you only get a rate one way. Sorry, I had to chase a squirrel out of the garden. So it's been a good vacation. It's been a good time to reset and think about what I need to do next and where I need to go to make it to where I never have to rely on the fact that loads are 80 cents a mile. You should never get contract freight unless you are also a broker, because your truck goes down, your responsibility to move that load is still there, and you can get penalized for it. Right. To me, it depends on the kind of contract that you want to go for. You know, that goes with the whole not putting your eggs in one basket. So, you know, I think the next step, for me at least anyways, till our brokerage gets off the ground, is to find the broker that's got the steady freight that I just email them or call them, hey, what do you got this week? And do that. Another mess. Passed out at Walmart, I'll be back. B. Craighead, I'm alright. Multiple streams of income, absolutely. Miss Kevin? Kevin, are you in here? Where's Kevin? Oh, there he is, right there. Morning, Kevin. We had a chat last night, Kevin. Was about to leave my company to go to my own authority, power only freight for small tanker outfit. Now I guess I'm thankful I haven't seen a slowdown. Right, and that's the thing, is you really have to do your research on the kind of freight that you haul. You know, if the majority of the freight you haul is like Pier 1 imports, you might struggle for a minute. But if one of the number one loads you do is a Budweiser, you're probably going to be okay. And let this really soak in on what you need to fix and what works and what sells. You know, everybody's been telling the teenagers, hey, if you want to know what career path to go to, look at the stuff that stayed open. Look at the stuff that people were able to do from home. So, you know, this isn't your typical February slowdown. Pros are active today. Anyways, we're getting ready to hit the grocery store and then hit the road. I do have a dentist appointment this week, but I might push that back because I really want to keep rolling for a minute. I'm seeing the rates come up a little bit. I'm seeing volume come up just a little bit, just a hair. I think more people stay home, and the more people refuse to work under these conditions, I think that'll help capacity a little bit. Kemosabe, back at it tomorrow. How's it going over there, Kemosabe? I know you change situations. Hit me up on I try to check in with them, thanks for YouTube channels like yours and Jeff's. You're welcome, Alex. I'm glad everything's good. Anyways, you have to take a moment to really just be the quiet guy in the corner. That's what I was talking about the other night. And John Armstrong, what's up? And you can still be angry, but the calm one that can make a rational, good decision, that's important. Right now, sometimes it's just getting back to work. So I'm ready to get back to work. I predict that I'm going to be in the rain most of the day today, and I'll have to drop and hook with or hook up to my trailer in the rain. As you can hear my APU in the background, I got my refrigerator going, my cooler going. So everything's good. So if you guys don't have any more questions, we'll end this live feed. You got anything else you guys want to talk about? Maybe in the hospital, but I got to get back at it and try to scratch out a living. Kemosabe, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope prayers out to you, man. Oh yeah, storm's coming. I'm hitting it now. Dang it. Let's see what storm Kevin is talking about here. Man, that almost looks tornadic. You guys see that? I'm the blue dot. Look what's coming at me.
What's up, bud?
What's up? I'm on the phone. I'll get with this. All right. So I'm talking. So yeah, I'm talking on the phone here.
Nice.
Yeah. It's like a video chat kind of thing. So.
Oh, social distancing thing.
Huh?
Social distancing.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, if you don't mind, when you're done,
Uh-huh.
I'm just setting up the studio to you, right? I just need to on my phone here. I don't know what it is.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a few. I'm almost done here. No, that's all right. I'll give me a few minutes and I will. All right.
Whenever.
Anyways, let's see here. Movably, yeah, I still collect ball caps. How's the gun stuff going? Bought anything new? Did you guys see where Canada banned AR-15s though? And the citizens have 2 years to turn them in. How about them apples? You thought you heard thunder? Might have been. Adam, what's up? Yeah, so as far as my personal gun stuff, wife made a killer keto-friendly calzone last night. It is awesome. If I told you it wasn't keto friendly, you wouldn't have known. 1,500 assault weapons. Why would you need an AR-15 in Canada? You never know. You never know, the whole. Uh-oh, my GPS got to be wrong. It says I'm on I-70 west down here. I'm sitting up, I'm lost. South Georgia. Just say you like the other guy's hockey team and you're best buddies. There's an anti-gun person on my Facebook page that made the point. He was making fun of the protesters that, where was it that they were armed? Was that Michigan? He was talking about, he was basically calling them great value patriots, and I'm like, you know, and he mentioned that because they were a majority race that they couldn't, that of course it went peaceful. You know, had it been anybody else, it wouldn't have been peaceful. You know, they would have the government would have tear gassed them and everything else. And it was like only white people can get away with having an armed protest, right? So, you know, another friend of mine was showed him some protests from the 60s where, you know, minorities had weapons and nothing happened, you know. And it was just like, what? I don't understand that. And I think that you should be allowed to protect yourself. Unfortunately, though, just like anything else, there are a lot of people that can't handle it maturely, right? And so we're going to make fun of the people that handle it maturely. It's a screwed up world that we live in. Why would you need an AR-15? To get rid of the feral hogs. There you go. For the mooses, there you go, that ninja. Shoot hogs on the AR-15, okay. You don't shoot no game with AR-15s, LOL. Those feral hogs run in huge groups of 30 to 50. If you shoot them one or two at a time, it doesn't. I guess you'll have to take it chicken hunting. Well, that's another topic for another day. But anyways, the negativity online is going to go through the roof. It really is. Because we're also coming up on an election. The next 6 months is going to be extremely critical for our nation. No matter which side of the fence you're on, no matter which direction you're heading, or you're at, whether you're pro this or against that, that is thunder. The next 6 months are critical. And our job as truck drivers is to stay alive, stay afloat as business owners, and do what we can to contribute, protect our families, to contribute to the positive aspects of society, and prepare for the worst. So that being said, thanks for having morning coffee with me. We are finishing this up. Thank you for the super chats, and everybody be safe out there. And let's take care of each other, right? So, anyways, I gotta go help the neighbor out with his finding his phone. So I'll talk to you guys later.